Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel, Backpacking with Banger. In this video I brought out a map of the world. I'd like to share with you guys through some of my experiences over the past 5 years, how my life has changed dramatically. I'm making this video to try to help influence and inspire as many people as possible to really see and hear the truth of what the American dream can look like. For myself, I'm 33 years old, no wife, no kids, no mortgage, no pets. I live here in America for 6 months out of the year working, and then 6 months a year in the wintertime I go travel to other beautiful countries where the people are so welcoming, warm, and friendly. Tropical places, exotic locations that you would think that it would cost a fortune to go and travel to these places, but in reality, what I'm going to share with you guys, it's something that I wish I would have seen when I was younger in life and actually took up the opportunity. So hopefully you guys all stick around to the end of the video, because there's a lot of important facts that I'm just going to share with you guys. Whether you're younger or older, I think this video will it could benefit you if you take life by the hands and do what I've been doing, living out this my own American dream. So first off, there's a few reasons why I never traveled. I never discovered travel till I was about 27 years old, and it probably pertains to you too. One of the biggest reasons was safety. Would I be safe traveling? The second was the language barrier. I was always worried about going to other countries and not knowing the language, not being able to get around. And then also traveling alone. I could never find anybody to go travel with, or had the funds or the time to be able to go and travel. So those were the main reasons why I never really discovered travel until I went over to Thailand for my first international trip, which absolutely changed my life for the rest of my life, undoubtedly. So when it comes to safety, growing up here in America, all I heard was, dangerous things about these countries. You might get kidnapped or taken to jail for the rest of your life. It's like, well, you can get kidnapped in America and you can go to jail for the rest of your life. It really all just depends on how you carry yourself when you travel. You definitely don't want to be, flaunting anything or acting like an idiot, looking for drugs or just doing stupid stuff. If you're not doing stupid stuff, I feel more safe outside of America. I'll particularly talk about Southeast Asia, because my favorite place in the whole world. I've spent 3 winters over there, so about a year and a half, a little bit more than a year and a half over in Southeast Asia, checking out. I've been to about 8 countries or so over there. But as far as safety goes, I feel so much safer over in Southeast Asia compared to America. I think America has just gotten out of control with that. And I go over to Southeast Asia, everything's like peaceful. They're the most welcoming, warm people in the entire world. Being a foreigner over there, if you go off the beaten path instead of like the big tourist areas or the cities, which a lot of travelers, or people who are traveling, they'll generally just go to the popular destinations where it's well known. But if you get off the beaten path, it doesn't take too long to get off the beaten path, and it's a whole different world. The people, they're happy that you're there in the country. They treat me like a celebrity. I honestly feel like a celebrity when I go over to Southeast Asia and go to these lesser known places. Everybody wants to get to know me, take pictures. Hey, how you doing? What are you up to? I've been invited to countless birthday parties in people's homes for tea, for food, inviting me out on their boats or all these events. It's just something that you'll never find in most Western countries. So when I go over there, it's a whole different world that I had never even knew about until I actually went over there and did it. It's just absolutely mind blowing. So safety, that's out of the question. I feel so much safer over there. And when it comes to traveling alone, I've been backpacking around the past 5 winters, basically alone the entire time. It's just I love traveling alone because it allows me to meet people, locals. I can go do whatever I want whenever I want. I don't have to be with somebody the entire time and kind of be worried or focused on somebody else, making sure they're not hungry or what they want to do. It's one of the most free feelings in the world, traveling by yourself. I've met so many great travelers around the world, and I get to learn about their stories and what they're doing. Maybe they're bicycling around the country or something. It's always something really cool. Traveling alone is just, I would much rather do that, actually. So I never realized that until I actually went out there and started traveling, that I would actually love it so much. And as far as the language barrier goes, I never realized. I went over to Thailand. I was trying to speak some Thai to people there, and they're like, they couldn't understand me. They're like, just speak English. We speak English. I never realized that English is the international language. Most of the kids in schools all over the world, they're learning English. English is taught in schools, and yeah, it's like it's never been an issue. I'll definitely try to learn some of the language because I think that's it helps for a better experience, and you get respected a whole lot more. It's kind of a whole different level of the way they treat you if you know some of the language. But English, so the language barrier, that wasn't even an issue either. So all these thoughts that I had in my mind on why I didn't want to travel, and this fear of everything, it ended up that none of those things were even an issue. So hopefully you guys will get out there and travel. There's another point I wanted to make, is the affordability of, let's keep it to Southeast Asia. I've been to Central South America, Mexico, New Zealand, whatnot, but the affordability in Southeast Asia, if you're making the Western dollar, Western wages, I mean, over there, so I'm spending 6 months a year traveling, and on average I'm spending as little as I've spent 8,000, and at most like 14,000. So I'd say right on average for 6 months of traveling to these exotic, beautiful places with white sand beaches, palm trees, waterfalls, caves, I mean, $12,000 for 6 months of travel is definitely reasonable for travel in Southeast Asia. And luckily with my job, I'm able to save up. I work a lot for 6 months, and I'm usually working about 70 hours a week, so I'm able to save up to go and travel. But whether it takes you 6 months or a year and a half or 2 years, you go over here. If you spend, I mean, it only took me 2 weeks in Thailand to realize that I wasn't going to catch my flight to go back to America. I was sitting on a white sand beach in Thailand watching the sunset, getting my first ever manicure, pedicure for $5, massage $6. I got a $2 meal brought to me, a couple beers, $1.50 each. I knew right at that moment that I wasn't gonna catch my flight to go back to America, and I was staying at a nice condo for $20 a night, a few blocks from the ocean. It's just absolutely, it's a whole different world over there for price range. On average, locals in Southeast Asia, I won't go into too much detail, but they're making anywhere from $3 to $20 a day. So with that being said, the affordability over here is just a no-brainer. I actually spend less money traveling Southeast Asia for 6 months than the cost of me just to live here in America for 6 months. So I spend less money. I always thought going to these exotic places in the world with white sand beaches and turquoise water, palm trees, it would cost a fortune. I mean, per month I thought it'd be $5,000-$10,000 a month, when in reality I'm over here traveling around for $1,200 a month, and I'm doing everything backpacker style, backpacker budget style, I should say, where I'm finding the cheapest meals in town, a lot of street food, which I love the street food. I'd rather eat on the street food than going out to dinner. The street food is cheap, easy, and quick. What more can you ask for? I don't need to sit down and wait and order. The street food over there is just amazing. The food is on a whole nother level. You got mangoes falling from trees, you got bananas, you got chickens running around. The food over there is so good. I love it so much. And let's see, and just overall, the quality of life outside of America. Everyone thinks that America is the greatest country in the world. And there was a funny comic that I saw a few years ago on YouTube. He said, "Oh yeah, they say the greatest country in the world is America if you've never traveled before." So once you get out of America, I mean, the quality of life in Southeast Asia, nobody's really talking about all these politics and what's politically incorrect, or what's a boy from a girl, or bathrooms sharing this and that. It's become so overwhelming here in America. Once I get over to Southeast Asia, it's just a whole different world. It's so refreshing to be over there. So many less worries. People are just happy having next to nothing, and they're happy to share with other people what they do have. It's not all about possessions over there. They're some of the most fun-loving people in the entire world. And the only way to truly experience or to learn about this lifestyle is actually to go there and experience it, because no matter how many YouTube videos you see, or however many hours I talk to you guys about how amazing it is over there, the only way to truly understand this life is to actually go over there and witness it for yourself. There's no teacher or school that will ever teach you what can really be seen over here in Southeast Asia. So I think that might be it for this video for now. Thank you guys all for tuning in and watching. If this video helps inspire or influence you, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. Helps out a lot. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next Backpacking with Banger episode. Bye.